Get ready. It's time to have some fun, Pittsburgh, with Heather Abraham and David Highfield from KDKA TV studios in downtown Pittsburgh. It's Pittsburgh Today Live.
Hey, everybody.
There are strange noises coming from our studio today.
Yes, we will explain why coming up a little bit later on, but there's a perfectly good explanation. Yeah.
The wild world of animals is here. We always look forward to their visit.
We do, and we don't know. Right now, they've just brought these big crates into the studio, and they're covered up, so we don't know what the wild animals are.
Yeah. There's
But
one
we're
word
hearing
that,
noises.
Yeah, I have never heard of this, like kuka something or other. I don't know.
I don't know, but we're going to learn. It's all coming up later today, this hour.
All right, here's a question. Do you think former Sealer Charlie Batch and singer John Legend look alike?
Well, apparently John Legend does. And we're going to start with the video that sort of started this whole thing.
Yeah.
So it was last Friday on Twitter, and Charlie Batch was enjoying the snow. He was talking about how, hey, I'm going to fire up the snowblower. Watch the video.
Am I dreaming? This is beautiful. Oh, wow.
I see it.
With the hat, I see it. I see it too. So anyway, he posts this on Twitter. He gets a lot of likes. One of the people who saw it on Twitter is John Legend.
How about that?
So then take a look. John Legend posts this. I was speeding past this in my mentions and definitely thought it was me.
How about that?
But I'd never thought that before, and with the hat, he does. Plus, look how happy Charlie Batch is that it was snowing.
Yeah, just in awe of it all. It was really pretty initially.
It was pretty, yeah.
Before it melted and got ugly, but
Yeah.
Could you imagine, though, John Legend tweeting out to you?
I know.
Or retweeting you?
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't even imagine.
John Legend, big time.
So you had a good little reunion yesterday. Gary's back?
Oh yeah, Gary is back.
You were like, what?
Well, no,
what
I thought we were
reunion?
going to talk about the Golden Girls cruise first.
Sure. Would you like to do that? Let's do that then.
Because I've been waiting to talk about that. Loyal viewers know this. But anyhow, so there's a cruise that will actually set sail later this month in February from Miami, and the whole theme is Golden Girls. It's called Golden Girls at Sea. Now, this one is totally booked up, but they have another one scheduled for next year. The cruise leaves Miami because that's where the Golden Girls were based in the sitcom. And listen to this. On the cruise, they have a sail away party with cheesecake. They have a Dorothy Rose Blanche Sophia lookalike contest, and they have a one-night in St. Olaf dance party, complete with a classic game of Oogle and Floogle.
You have to explain so much here. Why the cheesecake?
Because that was their thing. That was like their go-to thing in the middle of the night. If they couldn't sleep and they needed to talk, there was always a cheesecake in the refrigerator.
See, I feel like it's brownies in my house. But
that's okay.
Cheesecake for the Golden Girls.
That's okay, yeah.
We got to get you on that cruise next year when they...
I think all PTL should go on the cruise.
Team PTL?
Team PTL should go on the cruise, and we should do a whole week's worth of shows from the Golden Girls cruise.
Let's do it.
Let's see what Jill
I'm in
has
it for
to
the
say about that.
cheesecake. I'm in it just for the cheesecake. Jill
Yeah.
says yes.
Oh, she's saying yes? Okay.
Okay,
All right.
so now let's talk about
Yeah.
Gary. Sorry,
So-
I jumped the gun there on that.
And he just came back from a warm weather destination, and I have to admit I was jealous. So
Well, of course you were.
he, this time of year, he works he's a professor of musical theater at CMU. So he auditions prospective students. He goes to New York, Chicago. Well, he was in LA last. And so I was sending him pictures of the snow, and then take a look at what he sent me back. Yes.
Oh,
This
don't
is
you
just
wanna
one
be there? I just wanna
of
be
many
there.
of the pictures, yeah. And then he watched the Oscars from a beach house along the Pacific Ocean.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, he's back. He's back here, and I'm very glad he's back because when someone's gone, like he's gone more than a week, you really start to miss someone a lot.
Know.
And
It
so
becomes a little
I'm just.
I think the first couple of days are always nice.
Well, you can stay
Get
up and
stuff done.
you can clean out until 3 in the morning if
Right.
you want.
You don't have to meal prep or anything.
No.
You're just like, oh, what do I want to eat?
Right, that's
Whatever.
true.
It's
That's
just me.
Right.
Chinese food it is.
I can have ice cream for dinner.
And that's okay.
And that's okay. But anyway, I'm glad he's back.
Well, we are celebrating Love Week here on PTL. We've been having a lot of fun for that, getting you ready for Valentine's Day or Galentine's Day. And we learned about Valentine's drinks and flowers and some fun stuff yesterday dealing with that. We have a lot more planned for today and all week long.
Yeah, in fact, we're going to talk about relationship manners coming up in just a little bit. So we will find out about what we should be doing, maybe what we're doing right, maybe what we're doing wrong. We're going to get some good advice. And there's a good chance that maybe you're going to buy chocolates for your sweetheart on Valentine's Day. And if you are, listen to this, a Pittsburgh favorite is back, or at least is coming back, making a comeback. The Pittsburgh Business Times is reporting that Boyer Candy Company in Altoona will be releasing the iconic Clark candy bars. So
do you like Clark bars?
I do like Clark bars. They're not my top favorite candy bar, but I like them.
What is your top favorite? Do you have one?
I don't know. I have to disassemble the board that you got me and see which one I like the most.
If you guys saw the board that I got David for his 1-year PTL anniversary the other day, was it Monday or Friday?
It was last Tuesday.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
It was a week ago.
It was
Where
so
did time
sweet.
go?
It was so sweet.
Not that, but I asked you for a snack. I said, I'm starving. Please tell me you have something to eat at your desk. And you said, oh, well, I have this whole board of candy. But I was hoping to save it, so we did. I went hungry so we could save your board.
Okay, all right.
So
now I feel guilty. I just wanted to keep the board as a souvenir. Anyway, they're handing out the Clark bars on Valentine's Day.
But we don't know where.
At random locations for free, but we don't know where. Somewhere in Pittsburgh. So stay tuned for that. As soon as we find out, we will let you know.
Another Permanis staple, another Pittsburgh staple is Permanis.
Yes.
Have you noticed I'm having one of those days? I'm having one of those days.
It's all good.
So Permanis wants to help you get over your ex.
Yeah, so if you are not in the mood to celebrate Valentine's Day because an ex has done you wrong, take the ex's picture to one of the Permanis. Yeah, you can shred the picture.
Why do they look like French fries coming out the other side?
That's interesting. I think just because you're hungry. Because that's the shredded paper coming out. Yeah, but see what? They have these industrial mobile shredders that are coming to these different locations of Permanis, and you can take your ex's picture, have the satisfaction of shredding that picture, and then you get a coupon for a sandwich.
Half off.
Oh, half off. All right, well,
Which
that's
is
not
fun.
bad.
Okay, take a look. There's a cat that has become famous on Instagram. Belarus is using his popularity, or his owner is, to raise money for animal shelters. As you can see, he's cross-eyed in the picture. He came from a shelter in San Francisco.
Yeah, and so he actually, he's cross-eyed because he has something called strabismus. I hope I'm, we'll ask Dr. Mike if I said that right. But Rachel Krall, his owner, says he's not in any pain. It doesn't affect his vision, but he has become a social media hit, and she uses it to raise money for the shelter that she got him from.
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah,
I love when you can
that's great.
Do good work for other people. Okay, so another cat is gaining popularity in the internet as well.
There's a lot happening on the internet,
Those
and cats
animals,
rule, apparently.
Apparently they do.
Yeah. So this is a video. It's sort of, if you can't succeed at first, try again, right? So watch this.
Goodness.
Watch. Oh, false start.
Okay, here's the thing.
But he's determined.
This is hilarious, but this is exactly how kids are. They jump and they think they are jumping so high. Oh, but she got it.
She got it. Success. Oh.
It's so funny. If you see a kid jump, they think they're jumping so high and they're like 6 inches off the ground.
Right.
Same
principle. Well, the thing with cats that, and I mean, we have Wild World of Animals here today. Maybe they'll have a cat in one of those cages. I don't know. But cats can jump so much higher than they are tall.
Yes,
like if a human being that would be like the equivalent of jumping a 4-story building.
How high can you jump, David?
I don't know.
We should have a jumping contest one day. How high can David jump?
Is that a good idea? I don't know.
Probably not. Just having fun.
Something else on the internet, and perhaps you saw it yesterday, this broom challenge.
Which,
crazy.
It is crazy, and apparently has come from nowhere. Because someone supposedly tweets out that NASA claims yesterday was the only day that the brooms would stand up on their own, and so everybody starts tweeting out broom challenge. Look at Ray doing his own KDKA broom
that's
challenge.
a very good challenge. If you can do that at home, you are very gifted. But Ray Petlin is fantastic.
That is hilarious.
That's funny.
So the source of all of this does not appear to have come from NASA. We've searched their Twitter feeds. We've searched everywhere. It does not seem like it came from them. But we wanted to see if it worked.
Yeah.
And they said that it was only yesterday that this would work.
Right.
So
Something about the gravitational pull of yesterday.
Okay, let me
so
put my
this reminds
little-
me of the egg thing. You know, like the one time a year where you're supposed to be able to stand the egg up.
Same thing, I think.
And you can stand an egg up if you work hard at it any time.
Okay,
so we're
yours-
gonna try the brooms.
Yours is a little bigger than mine.
Mine
There's
is bigger.
nothing.
Wait. Let's. Oh, you're good. All right. See, what I've heard is it has to do with the center of gravity, and if you can get it, like sort of like a tripod, like where you get the bristles out just a little bit, you can get a broom to stand up any day. Now, maybe not this broom and maybe not this day, but Heather's is standing just fine.
I think it's broom to broom. Oh, jeez. We're going to be okay, people. All right. Well, that's probably enough of that.
Yeah, we'll do a little sweeping. All right, it's time to take a break because it is Love Week on PTL, and we have some lovely guests to get to. We're starting by talking off about relationship etiquette. It's for couples just starting to date and also for old married couples, too. Find out what some people overlook when it comes to relationship manners.
I love that video is probably from the 90s.
I didn't even see the video. Was that people roller skating?
Plus, top trends for Valentine's gift giving, including some real deals and steals in today's Take It Home Tuesday offers from the mall at Robinson. Looking forward to that. Hi, Shelley.
And we're also in the kitchen making a heart-shaped breakfast treat with our friends from the Square Cafe. All that and Wild World of Animals, as we mentioned, is here as well. It's all when PTL comes right back on this Tuesday, February 11th. We're just getting started.